Why is One Punch Man the anime of the season? The story of this series tells of a young man in his mid-20s who at first glance is seen as nothing but an average man of his age. His physique isn't too amazing, he's not ripped or buff or anything. His expression is lifeless and he has a bald head. However, he had decided to take up a hobby of becoming a hero. He's not special in any way as he does not have any special powers, weapons, or modifications that give him strength. However, he is able to defeat any enemy with one fucking punch. Holy shit! The reasoning behind this is that he used to be a normal salaryman until one day he decided to train to become a hero. Train to be strong, and training he did. He trained so intensely and hardcore that eventually his hair fell out. Now there's no enemy he can't beat, but there is a problem. He is too strong. So strong in fact that he has a hard time fighting a villain that can withstand more than one punch to the face. This anime series just recently started airing on October 3rd with 6 episodes out so far. Before watching this show, I wasn't really expecting anything really. Perhaps nothing serious just because of how stupid the synopsis sounded, but also because the main character seemed so typical and average. The show was still not serious in all respect, but it was pretty damn funny. Starting out the first episode, a new villain is introduced that threatens to cleanse the earth of humans by killing everyone. You know, typical villain things. He has killed all the heroes who has dared to face him so far. A little girl is seen crying for help as only destruction surrounds her as the villain approaches her. But then you see a bald man, having seen the news of the villain, be introduced with his very unimpressive costume, face off against the villain. That ends in pretty much one punch to the bald man's disappointment. This bald man is none other than Saitama, or otherwise known as the One Punch Man. Your typical villain in this series are all abominations that are just monsters that have been human at first, but experienced an incident that turned them into a freak of nature. At least the villains introduced so far. Starting off, you get a bit of the main character, Saitama's origin story, and how he came to be the hero he is today, which was really nothing short from average. Looking at him before he became a hero and had hair, he looked very normal and less dull. After becoming a hero, he just looks goofy and a joke. But that is exactly the best part about this series, is this unappealing factor and his lack of care for anything that makes this show so hilarious. I mean, to put it simply, he doesn't give a fuck about anything. At times the show tries to trick you in thinking that maybe, just maybe, there's a chance he might have a hard time fighting someone. Yeah, that's never going to happen. He is just so goddamn strong. It's laughable. Some of the villains and monsters he fights are actually the ones that look strong and are strong. Saitama is just simply infinitely stronger. Indefinitely and absolutely. Oh man, they're gonna need a death battle for this. Never was there a moment when it got too dull and lackluster, as there is always something to laugh about, and it all centers around our main hero, Saitama. That is why I think so far, One Punch Man is and is probably most likely the anime of the season of fall 2015. So far, I'd give it a modest 10 out of 10, would highly recommend, but that's just my opinion. A non-biased one, of course. One Punch Man airs every Monday, Japan Standard Time at 1:05 AM. You can do the calculations yourself for your respective countries, assuming that you don't live in Japan, and you can watch it for free on Hulu, Neon Alley, and Daisuki. Links will be in the description, so go check out the show. What's your opinion about One Punch Man? I'm not sure what people think of these first impressions I make, so tell me if I should do more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.